Sveiki! Namaste! Labvakar! Kalispēra! Es esmu Baiba un mēs tūlīt būsim divatā. I'm Baiba and just within minute, I hope earlier, there will be Mia too. Mia Adamidou from Greece. Hello, hello. Someone's already here. And here is Mia. Mia. And it's so good to know English. Bring them on camera. No? Aha!
Hello!
Hello. Kalispera.
Kalispera, Kalispera.
You teach me like proper. Kali or Kali?
Kali, Kalispera. Kali, yes, yes.
Kalispera.
Yes.
Those are like nectar to my ears, those words, since I first time been in Greece. That was 2001. I'm
Yes.
Baiba.
And I am Mia Adamidou.
Yes. Baiba Kranate. And we share, I will tell people why we are here, who we are, and maybe someone, of course, someone know who we are, yes, but we will explain why we are here on this Valentine's Eve.
Yes.
So somehow we became quite friends, sisters, like very close people, yes?
Yes.
And
I would say very
yes,
close.
we exchange nice voicemails. We threw like, hey, my beautiful sister, hey, my beautiful light worker. And there is always so much love. It's not like every day we chat or we send pictures or we meet. But this is always so precious moments. And then we decided actually already a long time ago that we need to come and make this circle bigger, right? And share that, right?
Yes.
Everyone.
It's a blessing actually to have
blessing.
a kind of relationship with you, Baiba, and especially, you know, since we have done some beautiful work together and we have shared our most intimate thoughts and feelings about our lives, about sacredness, about the feminine, and yes.
We shared each other our like not painful but like tough moments, or like asked suggestions or advice.
Yes.
Always precious. And we planned meeting video since like several months already. And there was other things and then just like few weeks ago we decided that that's a great date, so everyone was available of us, and we decided to talk about many dimensions, many expressions of love.
Yes.
You are professional on these things because you are psychotherapist.
Yes. I am a professional, yes, of life, like yes, like you are. Yes, I think that it's a perfect time to talk about love and the many dimensions of love. Yes, so I'm a psychologist, a psychotherapist, and I work since many years now. 1995, something like that, 1997. Yeah, and I work as a systemic therapist and a body therapist and creative arts therapist, and I have done a lot of holistic work, a lot of holistic training with beautiful teachers. I feel that I've been blessed with the teachers that I have all of these years. And I also consider myself always a student. And yes. And it's so beautiful, you know, when we do that, sister, because, you know, we learn, we keep on evolving through our clients and our students and the people, you know, that we connect and we co-create these beautiful, beautiful things. And sometimes, of course, we talk about difficult things, and especially when people come to psychotherapy, a problem, you know, brings them to work on themselves. But as I, and I know you too, we always, you know, have this notion of, you know, what a beautiful wind, we say here in Greece, has brought you here, has blown, yes, has blown you to this space or to this land, you know.
Actually, we have something similar, like cultivate output. What it could be, yes, different. I mean, very close, similar. And actually, about talking about teacher and for all the student for eternity or something, I'm blessed on this day. I always wanted those teachers. I always learned the most precious teachings from me. For me, were the ones were not okay. One thing is you put something like, anyways, you explain, you draw, you how to say. Anyways,
you paint.
No, mean you show, you give theory, right? But for me, the most precious things I learned was through observing, or to be in the presence, or to enjoy that energy. And so for me, I like how we both call each other sisters, yes. And this is the one thing how when I tried to describe my people when I went to Athens last autumn, I said, you know where I go? Because I did not say she's a psychotherapist, she runs her studio in Athens and much more. But I said, you know, I first in my life, I really understand through Mia, what is this sisterhood? What does it mean? And for me, actually, first time I met you in the role as you were in a role as a teacher, but it always makes sense, and it's always,
of course,
yes.
Of course. Well, you are a teacher too, so you know, I would love one day to come to one of your beautiful workshops in Latvia.
We'll organize that.
Yes.
But let's talk about this Valentine's. Okay, there is this special day tomorrow. You live in Athens, but you born in New York.
In New York. Yes. I was born in New York.
For New York, and then I will tell Latvian style.
Okay. Well, first of all, here in Greece, I think Valentine's Day is celebrated like not many years. It came, of course, from the from America, from the USA, and I think the way that it's celebrated here, it's really, how do you call it? Like, it's very little. It's very small, I can say. According to its true meaning, because it's very specifically for people in love. But it's not really like that. I mean, when I was really young, many years ago, I remember at school, really, I mean, from kindergarten or, you know, primary school, we used to celebrate Valentine's Day by making beautiful cards and beautiful hearts and things with our hands for our families, for our friends, for our loved ones, and also for ourselves. So, you know, the way that, you know, I was brought up in New York, we celebrated Valentine's Day in general for love. Just tapping into that deep emotion and expanding it through, you know, our hands and something.
But that's so beautiful.
Created. Yes, it is.
Were you secretly in love there also in school? What?
Of course,
first time. I just
yeah. I was in love from a very young age. First of all, I of course I loved a boy. His name was George. I'm not going to say the no, I'm going to say the last name too. He's called George Stempelus. Yeah, he was called George Themelis. He was a Greek American like I was, and um, yeah, I was like always in love with him from kindergarten up until the 6th grade.
Yeah.
It was very funny. But in general, I think I'm always in love with life and in love with
Uh-huh.
earth and nature and yeah, all of the beautiful elemental energy. I think you are too, right? You love
Yes.
beautiful elemental
I
energy.
I'm big explorer, and I understood
Yeah.
that actually the intention for this our video public was that I hear from people. I experience from myself that nowadays it's not because of these previous lockdowns and all how well changed, but somehow in general in world people tell me, I feel it, that it's difficult to access or this state of love or to be
Yeah.
in love or all
Yeah.
these what we say one word, we'll come to that
Yeah.
later, one word,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
term, love, but as many people, as many
Yes.
souls, yes, as many understandings what the love is, and we will bring some ideas about that
Yes.
later.
Yes.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell for Latvia because we were under this Soviet
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
say Soviets till 1991, and then Valentine's came with that, and no, of course I was pretty young there, and that was something like again from Western world comes, and I remember my boyfriend those days. I was studying in St. Petersburg in Theater Academy, and there was this like first or second year of Valentine's in Latvia, and he gave to me like nice bigger, like not purse but not luggage but nice bag. He said he was Latvian from here, and I studied there, and he said, so for Valentine's, so you could like travel more often.
Oh,
More coffee. That was
so
just,
cute.
but yeah, that's beautiful. But you know, nowadays, as with all these like new celebrations, there are many people who just like, I don't like this term hate, but who just like deny totally. And then young generation Valentine's, they like to celebrate and commercial. And it's free for them. Why we call it? I saw just like a recent Pele report of our astrology
Yes.
teacher, and
Yes.
actually your
Hypatia.
colleague
Yes.
who is coming
Yes.
again
Yes.
to that
He's
place
coming. Yes.
where we met. He's coming
Hypatia.
to Athens
Kaipacha
in
Tom
May.
Lesher, yes,
Kaipacha.
Kaipacha Tom Lesher is coming again to Greece for the third time actually at Inner
Yes.
Flow, and we're doing a workshop again with Kaipacha, and it's called Coming Home to Our Innermost Self.
It's
Uh,
beautiful.
yes, it is. It is
So
beautiful. He's coming
tempting.
in May. He's coming in
Yeah.
May, so yeah, on
Yeah.
the 18th of May. So you're all welcome to come.
Yes.
Yes, and
I saw the
do you
program.
remember
Yes.
what he talks about divine love and
Yes.
coming together? You
This is
it so
beautiful. I
beautifully.
so much learned from him, but why I mentioned him that he said for this week,
Yeah.
this is in very, please people hear that. This is very precious moment in the earth now that
Yeah.
Venus, like we try to take higher octaves of her, and Neptune, which means like divine love, they are both in
Yeah.
Pisces, and this is like very great moment now for this like divine and this like on highest
Yes.
octaves, whatever we can
Yes.
feel for love and for sharing these days. Exactly.
Mm.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. And
Uh,
it's so
yeah.
important to go beyond what what you were talking about before, because here in Greece we have the same thing. There is a big number of people who are very you know mm, very how do you call it they don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day because it's a very commercial
Yes.
it has become very commercial. Yes, but I mean, I think it's important that we can just it as an opportunity to think
Yes.
about where we are in terms of love, right, towards ourselves,
Yes.
or about the many dimensions of love, because love exists in friendship, love exists in uh, in nature, huh? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
in everything actually, in nature, and of course in our families, and in um, in collaborations, in at work, and companionship, of course, and eros. We have a beautiful word in Greek, eros.
Yes.
Yeah, it's according also
Spiritual.
to,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. Greek mythology, beautiful,
I
connected.
Yeah, I want to, when you mention nature, I wanna um, tell one example when I was thinking what is love, because this is somehow pretty abstract. Sorry, there's some incoming call. Something like kind of like all these, like, because this is energy, this is
Mm-hmm.
vibration. Yes, this
Mm-hmm.
is a state,
Mm-hmm.
and many people just wait it for no outside. We will ask, no, we will encourage the ones who watch us, or now, or maybe afterwards, when
Yes.
after live is ended, please share what helps you to build within yourself. Write in comments
Yes.
this love, what helps, like practical. We are both practical people, right? I work
Yes,
through
we are.
body.
We are, and it's
Uh,
very important to be down to earth and grounded, especially when we work with all of these very fine, very delicate issues like
yeah.
love is. Very,
Uh-huh.
it's very important. Yes.
And you know, many people, they understand by love many things. Like someone understands by love that he can control
Yes.
other one,
Mm,
and if the one, the controlled one, is doing whatever he says, so she
yes.
loves me or he loves
Yeah.
me. I want to ask you, as a like on this professional
Yeah.
field, I met one idea which I very much like.
Hmm.
One quite famous psychologist from Russian world, he
Yes.
says that those, no, when we speak about wounds in relationship or
Yeah.
wounded people, so the main thing is, I will try in short to explain. So when a child being born, that he comes from these like higher realms, and he he takes or he perceives everything around as true love. Everything what is around him is love. So then if he sees that, let's say, father beats his mother
Mother.
for
Yes.
this child, then this is love.
Yeah.
This is his understanding of love. I'm like, no, like fast forward, like very quick explanation of the things, how he says, like those, like already adults, they come to him and they try to heal their wounds, or no, create more healthy relationships. He always asks, what did you see in your childhood? Could you expand a little bit on about these, like wounded love
Yes.
or something
Yes.
like
Yes.
trauma?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I would love to. Well, actually, uh, we have a very big misconceptions about what love is, because of the trauma we have in our childhood, and on this planet. I mean, we come to this planet to learn through our wounds and the trauma. And some people, they say, oh, come on, I don't have a very traumatic childhood, so why should you use this word? But when we're little children, we see everything from that very, very young and um, small space, and everything is everything else is about grown-ups. So while we're uh, evolving, while we're growing, everything is expanded, everything is much, much bigger, and everything has to do with ourselves. The
Uh-huh.
child thinks that everything that happens outside himself or herself has to do with them. So they take burden, and every child loves their mom and their dad, whatever and however they are. Okay, so yes, even if a child is brought up in a family with abuse, okay, and I mean abuse in any case, because everything is abuse, when there is disrespect and when there is violence, and that's on a physical level, on a psychological level, on a mental level. So yeah, I mean, the child is brought up thinking that, oh, okay, so this is the way that we need to react and we need to relate. So then
Yeah.
he or she goes out and finds people that are again violent. And this is a very, very big issue. But expanding on what you're asking me, I think it's important also to put the, this there's a song, I really love this song, but anyway, we all love this song. Love hurts, love bleeds, love. I don't
Oh,
know that.
yeah.
Anyway, all of these crazy, or the love bites from Def Leppard. So we have all of these songs and all of these stories and all of these movies that that
Sweet pain.
yes, yeah, we feel that it's so masochistic. So when there's a masochistic and even a sadistic, feeling with a person,
I
man
could
or woman,
relate sometimes to
yeah.
that.
So, yeah, I mean, that's love. But
Mm.
is that love? Is that love? Because I think that love needs to flow.
Yes.
Love expands you. Love makes you a better person. So yeah, I mean, but these things, you can work on these things through
Yeah.
psychotherapy and through, all of these beautiful
But tell me,
disciplines.
please, what are the most common or like classical for your
Yeah.
clients in love or relationship? Okay, let's go in relationship area or whatever, like most common things to you,
Well, the most
questions,
classical,
issues.
yeah, well, the most common and classical issues about love is a very common question that we all have, actually, most of us, from childhood. Um, does he or she love me? Really love me? Am I
Uh,
enough? Am I enough? Does he or she recognize me? Does someone, does my partner see me for who I
mm.
am?
And they ask it to you?
Yeah. Well,
They ask,
yeah. They try to find out why, there is such a big difficulty with love, because I don't, I mean, I'm sure that, you see this also with
of
the work
course.
that you do.
you,
It's,
you know what I see, and what I see, of course, everyone has their own type
yeah,
of clients or area. I work a lot with women,
yes,
and one like main thing is I could like summarize is this self-worth or
yeah,
self value of themselves. It's like someone just really like very straight, they ask me, Baiba, help me to be more like no like powerful towards men, like do not hang around with like many, because I'm the one who is telling this. I learned a lot from like I like those dating coach guys, but
yeah,
especially men, because they tell a lot about like their perspective, and
yes.
this is like absolute so true. They not many, but few of them, they say yes, we all wanna sleep with you immediately,
Oh,
but we
yes.
all value when you have standards and say no.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like
Yeah.
yes, yes. No, I mean on the early stage, of course. It
On
may,
the
no,
early stage. Okay.
no, no. Of
Yeah,
course, this is like beautiful aspect of love between men and women,
of course.
but in the first, yes. And yeah, so many like, or many women just, they are agree to like with what they're not totally in their soul, like they agree to be just like to be with someone, they agree to violence, emotional, and or just like different other things.
Yes. Yes.
And I could tell you one woman, when you mentioned the love towards nature. I'm a big
Yes.
this deep
Yes.
thinker. One woman, she's my private client already like several years now, and on the very like or second, I think on second time she attended me, she said to me, you know, Baiba, she like confessed. She said, I hate people.
Mm.
But, and that was so true. And I understood that, you know, to someone like her, she's like around 50s, yes, to admit something like that. And I was started to think about that, because she's very loving person. She takes
Mm.
care about like animals and really helps them, and no money, and
Yeah.
her
Well, that's
her
good
free
stuff.
time she dedicates to that. And I was started to thinking, and actually after, when I, because I teach my people through sharing things, of course I do it like anonymous,
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah.
these things. And then many people said to me, but I'm the same, I hate people. And so, and I realized that, because I told to this lady, I said, okay, but when you love nature, then still you know this vibration. That's okay. You have your reason why you hate people, because you see what violent people do with animals, how
Yes.
they injure them, and it's just nightmare. I couldn't believe what she tells me,
Yes.
no, about this. And so I said, okay, forget about this, forget about hate towards people, and just start to concentrate on just pure love to earth, to animals. And we worked on that way.
Beautiful.
And I could
Beautiful.
share that. Probably many people know this method, but that was for me discovery. And also, like many people, I also not hated people, but I was like, I could confess. I could like, because I saw so many things violent, and I wasn't in that love a lot with people.
Yeah.
But I learned to love, and there were many teachers who taught me. Actually, you are the one.
Well, it's, I think it's so important to cultivate an open heart. So that's why,
Yes,
we have this relationship, that the sisterhood love relationship,
yes,
which is an initiation, actually, um, uh, to to the sacred feminine. I feel it's
yes,
it's, it's something very, very deep. And what you were talking about in the beginning of this live, my sister, it's so precious, because we both, and in general both parties, both people have to invest in this,
yes.
relationship, in this familiarity, I think it's called. Yeah,
Mhm.
because being familiar with the other, is a a way, is a pathway to connect with yourself and to mirror each other. So we learn through each other, and in order
Yes,
to learn through each other, we need to be open, and whatever happens, we just, are there to talk about it, even, some maybe negative things, and it's okay. Because many people, they think that, when there are negative aspects or differences between, the two people, either if you're in a love relationship, in a partnership, or in philia, we call it in Greek, in a
philia.
friendship.
I
Philia.
learned. I know this
Yes,
term. It
yes,
means like kind of, it's a
yes,
friendship, it's joy.
yes. It's friendship. Yes, yes. It's friendship. And um the etymology of Greek words are so, the Greek language is so, so rich and so beautiful. I'm I love the people who know the language so well. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately, because I was born in New York, I was born in America. So but philia, it's a very deep connection with values and ethical codes that are they, they blend with the emotions of the two people in the friendship, the philia. So the sisterhood, you know, what we're talking about. And I think in every kind of relationship, you need to invest, you need to be open to, you know, see each other for all that you are and all
Yes.
that he or she is, and invite the other person to open up much more. So then we have the you know, the investment and the deep connection of making, you know, even what we call sacred marriage, a commitment. So commitment has to do with familiarity, has to do with deep closeness. And I
Very
think
deep.
that's the problem with love. That's the problem, because many people, they think that they're in love, they think that they love someone, but they haven't gotten to the deepest way of relating to the other. So you just, you know, you have enthusiasm, you have this in Greek we call it kapsura. Kapsura is like, oh, I'm so kapsura. Yeah, it's like a fiery
We have butterflies in stomach.
Yeah. Butterflies in stomach, all of that. You know, most of the people, they say, okay, I'm in love with you, and oh, I feel that I love you, and what they're really
one moment
saying,
it's not there, and then not anymore, right?
Exactly. It has to do with what I project on you, what I expect from you. So then it's like, you know, if you don't do what I have in my mind, oh, okay, now no, I'm not in love with you anymore. So, you know, anyway, I'm just, yeah, we're trying to say very important things, sister, today. Now, you know, like
we try to articulate the things which are not so easy to articulate, but I want to share one thing. My also, she's like sister, she's my sister-in-law actually, officially, but she's also yogini, and we also have these like very deep conversations. And once long time ago she said very beautiful expression. It's like, you are a field of love, and when you are this like field of love, then only then someone can come in there, and you are I'm going towards mystic side, but it's actually, this is really, it's all about us, how we can feel and create this love, which is, from one hand, this is like vibration and something like energy, something very subtle, but also very practical. And we can like train it, or to do it, we have those 5 senses. We can do it practical, to say, to do, to hug.
Yes. Touching.
Touching.
Yes, so important.
Enjoy silence together. Yes,
Enjoy
like so many things.
Yes.
Because I'm trained as an actress, and I always I so much it all fits together. This all, let's say, metaphysical stuff with acting, because there is a big difference between what we call amateurs and professional ones. Amateurs, they always play like feelings, but professional always play the action. This is like our teacher, our master there, we call the master. He said, you cannot play love, you play action. How you take care, how you smile, how you bring tea, how you, it's all in action. So
exactly.
what you do. Yes.
Well, and I think one of the important things of what you do is also what you don't do. For example, in a relationship, either it's a love partnership, a sexual relationship, and a friendship and family relationship, you need to see truly who the other person is, and maybe um, go back and listen to yourself and give the other person more space and see how that is for you and what feelings arise for you, because most of the times there's a lot of ego. So one wants to go, there's, it's like a competition. So it's
Yes,
really important. If you really say that you love a person, you see what needs he or she has. And sometimes you need to go back and say, okay, now I will be silent. I will observe my partner
yes,
and see his needs, her needs, or the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities that they have, and be there for them. So I think, and I see this in therapy a lot. I mean, we work on that, and in sacred sensuality and the women's circle that I do here, and also in the courage and truth workshops. We're cultivating the new alchemy between men and women in
uh-huh.
equal relationships, partnerships. So there, it's really important with courage and truth, saying, mm, okay, so what are my weaknesses here
Ah,
with regards to what my partner is saying now? What do I need to alter in myself, to change in myself? So there's a new creation of like a contract, like a new contract is being formed constantly. So um, so this way relationships can last, because um, the question that you asked me before, what I see in my work here is that many people, they fall in love, they make beautiful in the beginning relationships. Some people have children, have married, are together, and then in some years they're like, oh my god, who is this person? I didn't marry this person, and I'm like, well, he's the
wow.
same, she's the same, but where were you? So
Uh-huh.
where are we? Are we present? Are we present in what we call relationship, love ship?
Mhm.
Jeff Brown talks about
Oh,
a lot about love ships. I really like Jeff Brown. Yes. Um, so yeah, it's so important to. I
and
mean, you, my
especially,
sister. I
especially,
Yeah.
yeah, especially now when we live in those times of this enormous transformation for
Yeah.
every one of
Yeah.
us,
Uh-huh.
especially yeah, on
Yeah.
this conscious part we are opening,
Yeah.
like I'm opening myself. I started more and more becoming like, how to say, familiar, or opening
Yeah.
new aspects of
Yeah.
myself.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for a relationship that's even like more tough. And actually, no, yeah, but that's another. I was thinking maybe, but maybe we will do another time, longer
Another time. Yeah.
conversation, because there is one very important aspect. Those so-called, we can call ourselves mystics. Yes, those
Yes.
like people on part, and relationship for us, and also yeah, especially with women, like who are those mystic women, and
Yes.
many
Yes.
men saw us, oh, you are like goddess, they like immediately. But then when there are, like, because we are not only goddess,
Of
we're
course.
huge,
Of
and
course.
they don't know, they, yes, they like, but they don't, they just feel attracted, and they don't know what to do, how to handle
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
and what to do with that, and they start to suppress that, and they
Yeah.
after they suppress, they don't like anymore. We could expand that, right?
We can, yes,
Another
because
time.
it's a very big issue for men too, because many men are out there and they're working on themselves. And I mean, I feel so, I'm so happy when I see, I mean, Sacred Sons, for example, and so
Yes.
many of these beautiful men out there and doing the work, truly doing the work and being, you know, their true selves. And, um, unleashing and leaving behind all of the stereotypes and all what, you know, society says that masculine is masculinity or femininity. And I really think that it's a time to connect, and we need to just leave behind all of what, you know, we call matriarchy and patriarchy, and truly bow our heads to each other. And as we say, you know, in the women's circles that we do in Sacred Sensuality and other women's circles all over the world, just leave down our sword. It's time to leave down our swords
I remember
and
we
just
did that.
connect.
We
Yeah,
did that
yeah,
under your guidance with,
yeah,
and with Karpacha when we did it. We
yes,
call it and then just leave.
yeah.
Actually, in one of our conversations on voicemails, or that was in Athens, that was for me very big transformational sentence, or brought me deeper to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You, like, by the way, you said I have so deep compassion or
Compassion.
something like that, towards our brothers, towards men.
Yes.
And it's just like a sentence, yes,
Yeah.
words. But for me, that was so deep, and that moment, okay, if you want, you can call it initiation in more deeper love towards men generally as like divine beings, and like embodiment of sacred masculine, or
Yes.
whatever nice words we call. So,
Beautiful.
so Mia, we see some few people watch us, no comments so far, but we will encourage you, if you want, please share how you build or create more love within yourself.
Yes, that's a beautiful
Later,
question.
and yeah, we will read them. So,
How do we, yeah, how do we create more love in ourselves? That's a beautiful question, But yeah, because I mean, whatever we're talking about, it has to do with us. I mean, it all
yes,
starts with us and it ends with us. And I don't mean that egoistically. I mean, it's everything. It has to do with our evolution and the evolution of our planet. And yeah,
those
of the
moments when in my life, when I did not feel like love, or like, no, but whatever, let's say more
yeah,
towards men
yeah,
way love.
yeah.
I always understood. I mean, I'm not in love I'm not in love state, and once I'm in love state towards myself,
Yes,
then
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And
yeah.
that is, I think that's the road to freedom too, because we really talk about freedom um very you know, like divided or separate from love. Uh Freedom is mostly connected to power and I don't know, like a narcissistic type of
Yeah.
quality. It has a narcissistic quality, but freedom is totally connected to love. Because if you open your heart and you're expanded, I mean, that's how you're connected to liberation, being liberated, right? From so many uh, things that keep you like in a prison of yourself. Yeah. So I think freedom is another value that we can gain from we have a beautiful man in our
Yes,
in our company.
that's beautiful ladies watching from Athens with my son Dimitris. Hello, beautiful
Hello,
Greek
hello.
man. We love you, man.
Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
do. And the young men are also, it's so important to initiate the young men, the young boys, to become beautiful, sacred men. And so, yeah, and become free. And that's the only way actually that we can liberate ourselves, because I mean, it's the only way to connect
I could tell me, and
freedom.
maybe, yeah, maybe we need to wrap up already
Yeah,
soon. But
yeah.
I just, in this moment, I remembered one example. There was this one lady. She's like very, like, I even thought she wouldn't come afterwards. Like, she was only for 2 times,
Uh-huh.
individual, and she came. There was something. Her main question was something around work or something. She wants to change something, but something like that.
Yeah.
And we worked on that, but she was like, no, all we are beautiful. But she was like big and with lots of like extra weight, and but still not, no,
That's great.
nice
Yeah.
woman in some ways and many ways. But and somehow she did not experience any spiritual practice or meditation or something, but somehow we clicked. She understood what I suggested her. She did, and she came up to like following up, like it was after like 4 weeks, and she said, I gave her the homework just to work on herself
Uh,
and something to do. She worked in library, something like very like that person. And she starts to tell me those what changed within that month. She said, my husband, all the men starts towards me, like to pay more like no interest to
attention.
her. So she's
She,
no happy married to her,
okay.
yes. And
Okay.
her husband changed, and she's like not at all. Some did not attend many psychotherapist sessions, no spiritual or nothing. And just within, she understood. Something clicked, and she started to with herself, and all her world changed
Beautiful.
around.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's so beautiful. Well, the last thing that I want to say is
Yes.
about parents and parenthood. It is so important to acknowledge the beautiful qualities in their children from a very young age, and they are the people who can cultivate love, loving, themselves and their bodies and their character and their spirit and all of their beautiful traits and characteristics. Because we see in psychotherapy that if parents are very um, distant or very egoistic, on themselves, their world is themselves, and they're not next to their children,
Yeah.
the children have a very, very big difficulty when they grow up. So they have problems with their friends in school. They have problems in adolescence. And that's why, we have a lot of drug abuse and a lot of alcohol abuse. And also now we have all the social media abuse and all of, what's happening with pornography and, sexual exploitation and everything. They're very open to that because they're trying to find a way for people to see them, to hear them, to feel them. So, I mean, to acknowledge them, to love them.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
whoever is watching us, I'm pleading with you, parents. um, I mean, either you have a physically born child. We may not have physically born children, but we are also mothers,
Yes.
sister. Huh? We're also mothers, and
Yeah.
we have children in other ways. So we need to help the new generation connect
Mhm.
to this, to their heart energy, to really love, cultivate love, being who they truly are. And then maybe, I mean, relationships and partnerships will be very different in the future, because now it's kind of, I mean, young children, they come to me and they say, Mia, I don't, I mean, I'm fine, you know, not having relationships, or maybe, you know, like going out with 5 guys or 5 girls. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know, so, but the truth is that everyone is searching for love. And of course,
Everyone.
yeah, we need a second, like a second live, or, you know, maybe we can do our mini workshops, because we're going to
Yeah,
tell, yeah,
we agree. We talked before about our plans, and
yes,
we can say them out
yes,
loud. That
we
that
can,
we
yes,
plan mini workshop online, like circle type.
yes, yes,
We will put announcement, and who is
yes.
interested, please come. For me, the lately I understood. For me, of course, love, love, love. For me, it's this English term kindness.
And
Kindness.
yeah, that is
It's
so beautiful what you're saying. Kindness and
yes,
grace. And grace, sister. Grace is also very important.
yes, it's
Yes. Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Very.
Oh, Mia, we could talk for hours.
Oh yeah, we could talk
You
for
know what
many
I
hours.
wrote? I wanted to share to show you.
Yeah.
You know this because I sometimes, when I used to do my lives,
Yeah.
I sometimes see that people said, "Oh, I felt those energies." I brought these love energy from you. It's a special elixir of love, and this is inner power.
Inner
And I will
power.
spray them off.
Yeah.
This is your dear friend Nikos makes them.
Nikos. Yes. The sacred
I
masculine
will
Nikos.
spray it off,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and to
I can
everyone,
smell them. I can smell them.
you can smell and
Energy is coming
special
towards me.
vibrations. Crystal,
Yes. Beautiful.
crystal and earth plant, Mother Earth's gifts to us.
Yes. Yes.
So then tell people maybe about you have upcoming workshops and
Well, yeah, I told you about in May, Kaipacha
Kaipache is
is
coming.
coming in May to Inner Flow, and we're going to do a beautiful joint workshop together with Kaipacha. And this actually this May, no, I'm sorry, March, the 31st of March and the 1st and the 2nd of April, Marie Lundqvist is coming from Sweden.
From Sweden.
Yes, to Inner Flow again. Yeah. And we're doing a beautiful joint workshop again, moving with freedom. She's a beautiful open floor dance movement therapist. She's a psychotherapist
Yeah.
too. And we
See
connect.
pictures.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
pictures.
Beautiful. And well, many other things. Beautiful people are coming. We're reopening. Inner Flow has reopened because of COVID and because of a health issue that I had some years ago. Inner
You
Flow
are
closed.
you are awesome. You are example of and yeah, and I could tell also for my people who are in Latvia,
Yes.
or not only in Latvia, but Latvian speaking, that I'm doing, I'm starting within from 15 this relaxation art or relaxation as an art. It's beautiful online course
Beautiful.
with
Beautiful.
videos, 18th and many other things. And
all
who
join.
they still can join.
I want that. I will join your workshop on that.
Art
of relaxation.
But actually,
Oh
I plan to do it in English because I understood those are funny. I'm creating something new. No, but I guess nobody done that way. I always want for this. So some comment came here. Can we read it? It's very important.
Read it. I think you can read it. Yeah.
Andreas, it's very important for good communication to exist between a father and a son. Personally, father is also my teacher, beautiful. And your and martial arts believe that is the reason to my healthy lifestyle. I don't smoke, and I Dimitris.
Yes.
I will read later because because of lights. Thank you for
beautiful. Thank you for your comments.
Please, yes. When you watch this, been recorded, also put some comments, and
Yes.
we will check with Mia.
Yes.
And if you
Yes.
have answers, we will answer, right?
Yes, we will answer everything, and it's really, really important to acknowledge, yes, the father and the son relationship, and the daughter relationship, and the mother with the son and the daughter relationship. Everything. Of course, I'm a
Everything.
psychotherapist. I mean, what else can I say, huh? Everything stems from our first examples, our first, our roots. But we can change everything, because altered and distorted conceptions and schemas in our minds of love, we can change them now, from this moment, if we want
Yes.
to change them. So we can have a beautiful Valentine's Day tomorrow and every day, celebrating ourselves and our beautiful people, the people that we attract in our life, and in general, the beauty of the world, just being open. And even in these very cruel times and ugly times, because it's really,
this is a test for us.
It's a test.
Quiz.
It's a test. I know. Yeah.
Quest next level. Times are tough, but cultivate more. This is how we can do that. Exactly. This is what I believe.
Sister. Exactly, sister. Yeah, I'm doing the same. And we need to all connect. And even, in these times, we just have to be in the light. We must choose the light. We must choose the light.
Yeah. Love and kindness.
Love and kindness, sister. We
Thank
could talk
you.
forever.
We could talk forever. Oh, yes. Let's do another time.
Now tell me I love you in Latvia. In Latvia.
Es mīlu tevi. Es tevi mīlu would be better, this situation. Es tevi mīlu.
Mīlu.
We have those with long. Es tevi mīlu.
So and beautiful. In Greek. And in Greek is sarapao. Sarapao.
Sarapao.
We also say sarapao. Sarapao, Baiba.
Wow, Mia Adamidou. I like it. Kalinishta. Anta, thank you, Baldi. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Παρακαλώ πολύ, αγάπη μου γλυκιά.